Hello, this time I want to show you my other game, and it's called Autotanks. It's a very simple name, but I'm not really good at naming things, especially if those projects are not meant to be big ones. This game was a prototype that I created to test the game development in Go programming language. This was the first game that I published. The menu can't be controlled using the cursor, the mouse button. So you have to use arrow buttons or the gamepad to use it. It's a little bit inconvenient, especially if you're playing this game on the desktop. This game is usually available only on desktops, but also in a WebAssembly build for the browser. So you can play it in browser as well. You can see that the interface is really basic. One advantage of such a menu is that if you have a gamepad, you can play it with your friends, and the menu is also really convenient for the gamepad itself. So if I'm connecting the gamepad in the beginning, the game acknowledges that and it already assigns me a player 1 slot for a gamepad, and the menu itself is controlled in the gamepad layout. These are the special things that can be enabled for the battle. There is no campaign or any other mode, there is only a quick battle. As you can see, you can assign many players if you have enough slots, USB ports, and gamepads. You can play this game with up to 3 friends, so 4 people on the same map. This game supports local multiplayer, but right now I will just show you the game with one single bot against me.
Construction completed. Production started.
So how this game is played? You have this amount of sectors. They have different resources. There can be iron or metal, titan, no matter, gold and oil.
Production started.
Every sector you capture gives you an income of this resource. Then you can consume this resource to build some tanks. You can build a tank by using a body for a tank. It's called hull here. And a turret.
Production started.
If you build a tank that has a turret or builder, you can create a new base if you capture it. You can also build a defensive turret. The reason why this is called Autotanks is that after you send your tanks somewhere, you can't really control them. They behave automatically.
Production started. Production started. Production started.
You usually want to utilize all of your resources in some way.
Construction completed. Production completed. Production completed. Production started.
As you also can see, the interface for the sector never goes out of the sector itself. It means that multiple players can play on the same map without obstructing the view of each other. And this is what's the point of this game. To make it run nicely for multiplayer, the local one.
Production started. Production started. Construction completed. Production completed. Production completed. Production started. started.
The computer player is not that great. If you know what you're doing, you'll probably defeat the opponent pretty fast. But again, this game never intended to be for the long sessions. Even when you're playing against a player, the game usually finishes in a few minutes. When someone gets advantage big enough to
Production started.
defeat another player.
Production started. Production started.
Oh, I don't have anything except for the metal. Okay. And I can build a lot of these tanks.
Production started. Production completed. Production
I
completed.
probably want more. Maybe gold, okay.
Production completed. Production completed. Production started. Construction completed. Production started.
Now that I have the lancers that are rocket launchers, it will be easier to attack enemy.
Production completed.
I also have a lot of tanks.
Production completed. Production started. Production started. Production started. Production completed. Production completed.
The only downsides of the lancers, the rocket launchers, is that they require a lot of oil, and you need oil to build the builders. If you want to expand fast,
Construction completed.
you will not
Production
create
started.
as many
Production
lancers.
started. Production
But
started.
when you have enough bases, you can build up the pressure on the enemy by creating lancers. And if you have 2 or 3 of them, that's usually enough if enemy is not good enough.
Production completed. Production completed. Production completed. Production started. Production started. Production started. Production started. Production completed. Production completed. Production completed.
All the units I have there, they don't require any control after they send somewhere.
Completed. Construction.
After they destroy some base, they will move to another one. They will attack nearby enemies on their own. And then we get to the credit screen. This game gets more interesting when you play 2 and 2. I will also enable unfair bots. This will give them a slight advantage on the resources. I will also disable the ability to build turrets. Okay. It could be 2 against 2, 1 versus 3, everyone for themselves, or dynamic teams when everyone is against the player with biggest number of bases. This mode is almost infinite, it's really hard to win that game. I will just play 2 versus 2.
Production started.
My
Production
ally
started.
is here, below.
Construction completed. Production started. Production completed. Production completed. Production completed.
The Baron Center option I used means that 4 sectors in the middle
Construction completed.
don't have any resources, so they don't care. You shouldn't care about them as much. And especially if we can't build any turrets in the bases, they can't be even considered to be a fortress. But they can be a place to build your tanks. nonetheless.
Production started. Production started. Production completed.
Oh,
Production
I think my ally needs some help.
started. Production started. Production completed.
Oh,
Production
they sure need that.
Production completed. Production completed. Production started.
I may need another builder. Oh, damn.
Production started. Production started. Production completed. Production started. Construction completed. Production completed. Production started. Production completed. Production completed.
I need that.
Production started.
I have a lot of gold. I can build railguns.
Production started. Production completed.
I think this is not going to be a victory for me. Yeah, my computer ally player is already destroyed.
Production completed.
So I guess it's a good game. We will have a rematch. Okay.
Production started. Production started. Construction completed. Production completed. Production completed. Construction completed. Production started. Construction completed. Production started. Production completed. Production started. Production completed.
So can I build something like this?
Production started.
Yes.
Production completed. Production completed.
Damn. Are you actually attacking? No?
Production started. Production started. Production started.
Oh.
Production started. Production completed. Production
No
completed.
way.
Production completed. Production completed. Production started. Production completed. Production started.
Oh.
Production started.
Can I take this?
Production completed. Production completed.
Still there. No, it's mine.
Production
Could be mine.
Production completed. Production started.
But anyway, okay, that's better than it could be.
Production completed.
I probably need another builder to recapture
Production
this base
started.
if it's destroyed. I have a lot of metal.
Production started.
This is what happens, yeah.
Production completed.
And I actually would take it. I don't think so. Too much
completed.
enemy tanks in there.
Production
Too many. Looks like it's a good game again. Huh. So, good for the computer player, I guess. Just for something new, I will enable this option. It will make us start closer to each other.
Production started.
It's not a very well balanced mode,
Construction.
but it makes things a little bit different.
Production started. Production completed. Production completed.
I wish I would take this, but okay.
Construction completed. Production started. Production
Hey!
completed.
Damn!
Production completed.
Because of this tank is stuck there, I'm not building a base there. That's so dumb. Okay.
Production started.
I will probably lose only because of that. Honestly.
Production completed. Production completed.
But I'm not going to give up. Oh, this is bad. I can do the same, I guess. No? No.
Production started.
If only I had this base too. I need to build railguns.
Production started.
Since I have a lot of gold.
Production started.
I can still recapture this and build something here.
Production completed. Production completed. Production completed. Production started.
Okay, I guess I need to help.
Production completed.
Maybe I sent it too soon. Yeah, that's a problem.
Production started. Production completed. Construction completed. Production
But that's good.
completed.
Good
Production
enough.
started. Production completed.
Well,
Production started. Production started. Production completed. Production completed.
I mean, I will take it.
Production started. Production
If I can keep
completed.
it.
Production started. Production started.
But that's unlikely.
Production completed. Production completed. Production started.
Please.
Production started.
No! Ah! We need to take it. This one has +1 to every resource.
Production started.
Damn, I don't have enough oil for anything.
Production started. Production completed.
No! It's mine!
Production started.
Damn! game had a really bad start, but then I thought that we had some chances, but not right now, of course. There is no way we can destroy this wave of tanks. That's too big of the advantage the enemy has in there. Basically there is no any sense in resisting right now. I will probably just rage quit the game. Can I enable anything else? I guess so.
Production started. Production started.
The problem is that initial builder is so slow. And also the mud terrain, the one you can see now, it makes all the tanks move slower.
Completed. Construction completed. Production started. Construction
So expensive.
production completed. Construction completed. Production started. Production started. Construction completed. Production completed.
That will be not enough to hold this base. Not nearly enough.
Production completed.
It can be enough now. I will probably keep a couple of tanks here just to defend my base later.
Production completed.
Can I build at least one Lancer? No, I don't have enough oil. It looks like my ally may need some help in there right now. Let's do this. Also, I want at least one Lancer. And then probably some more tanks to distract the attention. So we won here.
Production completed.
We can probably press here too. Maybe I need a builder now.
Production
Come on. I don't have enough oil, really. That's headquarters. It will be hard to defeat that.
Production completed.
Is it a good idea to try to build there? I think the turret will destroy my builder, but okay. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Production started. Production started. Production started. Production started.
You can do this!
Production completed. Production started. Production completed.
Maybe I can send it here, just to help my
Production completed.
companion. Oh shh! No! No, you're not building in there.
Production completed.
I should probably try building there myself again.
Production started.
Maybe I will have some luck.
Started. Production started. Production.
Okay, my
Production completed.
the computer player built base there before me, but okay. Maybe I can take this base.
Production completed. Production started.
Ah, it looks like the blue one will take it before me again.
Production completed.
I wasn't fast enough, but okay.
Production completed. Production started. Production completed.
I guess this is a victory anyway.
Production started. Production started. Production completed. Production completed. Production.
Can I capture anything?
Production started. Construction completed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Production started. Production completed. Production completed. Production started. Production completed. Production started. Production completed.
Nice. So yeah, I had not the best score of the oil collected. And I wasn't even the one who produced the most number of units. The blue player was pretty nice. Not in the terms of resources though. Also, you can notice that you can create teams entirely from the bots. Set it something like against leader. Increase the resources. And just watch how the bots are playing against each other. And while they are doing this, I will speak up my mind about this game and why I created it, what was the purpose of it to have this kind of interesting interface decision. Well, I wanted to create a game that can be played from one computer, one screen for 4 people. I really like the local multiplayers, and if you want to create a game like this, you need to think about it in the beginning. So for instance, that was a design decision to make the map without the scrolling, without any extra interface. Everything should be shared between the players, and if they need something, only they can operate on, like a base menu pop-up. Then it shouldn't occupy more place on the screen than they already controlling. As you can see in this mode, everyone is for themselves like in deathmatch for the first few minutes. After this, which player has the most bases will be the enemy for all other players. Right now, the red one is the leader, so everyone is going to attack them. How it works? Basically, the tanks that you send, they're controlled automatically, right? In this mode, they will switch the target based on the leader, and you can't really control that. As you might see, the violet player or the pink one is now the leader, but maybe there is more than one leader. As you can see, the blue one attacks green player, so I'm not really sure what is happening. And it's hard to say who is the leader. I'm not even sure that you can win in this mode reliably. I have no idea. This mode is more interesting to play with players, as they're better at thinking about how can they win or defeat a player, even if they're going to be the leader, if they can conquer more bases. And this effect of the change leader only happens, I think, once in a minute. So if you manage to destroy your enemy in 1 minute or capture most of the resources and then defeat all other players for some time, this is probably the way to win this battle. By the way, I should have probably disabled the resourceless center, so all the sectors have some resources, but that doesn't matter. I will probably mute myself and let them play for a couple of more minutes, just to show you how can it go, and then I'll be back. This is actually weird that they are firing, but they can't damage the thing. But they can still damage the tanks. I'm not sure. This looks like a bug. They have difficulties hitting the buildings too. It looks like this mode has a bug now. I will probably try to fix this bug. But interestingly enough, I think the purple player is winning. Damn. They still can't hit the building with their projectiles, but they can damage it using the lasers. This is so dumb. But hey, victory is the victory. So this game was Autotanks. You can play it in browser or download the builds for Windows or Linux. You can play it with your friends. You can have fun with computer players or just watch how computer players play with themselves. I don't think this is the best game that I created, but this is a game that can bring some fun when you have some friends in front of you and you can play against them or with them. I will try to create more local multiplayer games, maybe better than this one. I think for the real-time strategy, which is gamepad friendly, this is quite a nice game. For the time I was creating it, it took me, I would say, around 2 weeks to make it, and maybe 1 more week to make it a real product. This game also has 2 languages, by the way, not only English, so I really put some efforts in there, even though there is not that much text that you can translate. All the stats, or almost all the statistics, are mentioned here. Some weaker things are cheaper, but they also can be built faster This is the reason why you don't always want to build a mammoth tank, because it takes almost forever to build. And if you pair it with a Lancer, it's also plus 20 seconds. So you combine the body and the turret time to create. This is the total time that will be used to create a tank. On the other side, if you create, let's say, a scout and a Gatling gun, it will only take 3 seconds to create this unit. So it can be useful to repel the attack. Another thing is that the Gatling gun, even though it's not the best damaging one, it has quite a lot of HP. It can be good in the defensive strategy. That's it for today, at least for this game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.